Disclaimer. Disclaimer. Anyone who is traitorous by nature from among our nation, you're being asked not to proceed any further. Do not watch or listen any further. I will not be in any way responsible or accountable for any hurt, discomfort, vexation that my words, my expressions may result in. That's anyone within this nation that is traitorous by nature, willing to betray the people of this country, the people of the diaspora, African people, as I call them, black folks. I say royally toned people, my people. Remember, this is a disclaimer. I will not be legally, morally, or in any way responsible to you, anyone who is traitorous. This goes to anyone who is not of our nation, anyone who is not of African origin or descent. I'm not speaking to you. At this point, you're being asked, proceed no further. Don't listen. Don't watch. Because if you do, you are now responsible for any impact it has on you, whether you're heads of government, whatever organizations, whatever groups you represent. I am in no way responsible, will not be held responsible, cannot be held responsible if you listen any further, watch any further, and are impacted by the words, the expressions I'm about to utter. To royally toned people, people of African ancestry, people of the diaspora, African people of the diaspora, my people. How do you heal a nation? A nation divided cannot stand. How do you heal a nation? You are well aware that we're broken, hurting, disjunct, we're all over the place. You hear numerous leaders trying to find solutions. And it is evident that they haven't yet figured out how to. It requires an awakening of a nation or people. We're fast asleep. It's the Jonah syndrome. There's a storm and the vessel is sinking. It's taking on water, and Jonah is fast asleep. He prefers to sleep rather than be involved in the process. You can sleep no more. Jonahs of our nation, you can sleep no longer. Pay careful attention to a recent proclamation. We have been threatened. Jamaica has been threatened. Don't let this one pass you. We have been threatened. Essentially, if we ever seek to unite, there are grave consequences for unity. The very thing that led to our demise, division, fighting, infighting, that very thing that led to our division, and the fact that we have been awakening and are seeking to come together as a people, locally, globally. Someone is paying careful attention and decides that we're not supposed to, and we're supposed to occupy the state of third world race, since they classify us as a race. Our people are supposed to be at the lowest rung of the economic ladder. So we can be walked upon like carpets, trampled upon like mats. We can be the shoulders on which they stand, the ladders on which they cross, they climb, and the bridges that they cross. Whenever they're ready, they discard us. Whenever they're ready, they utilize us just to suit their own agenda, so that they rise at our labor, at our resources. They say whatever resources we have are not ours. They say we're not entitled to mine diamonds on our continent, in our home. Gold, diamonds, we have no right to that. And across the diaspora, they say we have no right to our beaches. This is a wake-up call for you, my people. You're sleeping, you're dancing away, you're dancing your lives away, you're gambling your lives away. They set up all these things that are controlling your minds, have you hypnotized. And for far too long, you've been victims of this. They create prisons, they create the conditions that send you to prisons. They create the weapons, they train you with weapons from very early. At boyhood days, they gave you toy guns. They say it's illegal, but they brought them in. They sent them in. And our boys gravitate towards them. Then they select a few among us and give them permission to use it. And they write a constitution that works on their behalf. And we keep talking about a renewed constitution. We drag our feet on it. And while we're dragging our feet, the fences are closing in around us. The shackles are being placed on our people, mentally and physically. And to every one of you under the sound of my voice, every one of you watching, listening this moment, don't think you are exempt. No matter what position you stand in or sit in, don't think you are exempt. Look across Venezuela the other day and it tells you what is possible. What's the agenda? Some insist on being leaders in control of our fate. And if we don't comply, they either kill or arrest. Are you aware? Are you awake? Are you asleep? He who knows and knows he knows, he's a wise man. Seek him. He who knows and knows not he knows, he is asleep. Wake him. He who knows not and knows he knows not, he's a child. Teach him. He who knows not and knows not, he knows not, he's a fool. Shun him. Which are you? You can be taught. You can be awakened. Don't be a fool. Seek wisdom. To every one of you doing anything that is destructive to yourselves, to your families, to your communities, to your nation, and to our people globally, stop. Pause and think for a while. Mental laxative. Our minds are saturated with all that we've been told. And in us it lingers until we grow old. The trend cannot be broken till rumors we dispel. The rumors that we cling to that have bound us in a shell, but mental laxative is going to heal your mind. The people of the motherland have long been oppressed, enslaved and persecuted, yet we are forever blessed. This powerful nation discriminated against has now got to realize that unity is strength, so mental laxative is going to heal your mind. A vessel full of poison can once again be pure. But first you have to empty it of what was in before. It will take some effort since poison was within, but once clean and empty, pure substance can go in, so mental laxative is going to heal your mind. The little birdie told me the truth would be revealed, and by the revelation the nation would be healed. I always wondered what that birdie meant. But could the words from my people be by the Almighty sent, that mental laxative is going to heal your minds? Well, hear this, my people. You've got to search your past. And time is upon us. You've got to do it fast. For far too long, you've listened to all that you've been told. So you remain in bondage since in slavery you've been sold. But mental laxative is going to heal your mind. That comes to you from the book Mental Laxative for National Healing by yours truly. In speaking a long time, you have not been listening. It's nearly too late. The fences are closing in around you. And you keep saying you're free, you're not free, you're still shackled. You're seeing it now. The devices have been designed to entrap, to snare you, to keep you subjugated. The devices are here. You're not free. Stop lying to yourselves in all capacities. So for those who are well paid to help keep the shackles on our people, you must awaken by now, because our Prime Minister spoke on behalf of our nearest neighbor, Cuba. And we've been threatened. He's been threatened. Our nation has been threatened, our people. For a long time I've been saying, how is it that somebody dictates that we are not entitled to communicate with our people next door, trade with them, assist them? And this nation, Cuba, rises to the occasion when we are facing our challenges. Globally, they assist with medicine, medical skills, medical professionals going out, supporting worthy causes. What is so bad about this nation? What's so bad about these people? Why do they deserve to suffer? Why is it that anybody who does not subscribe and bow down to some individuals are labeled disenfranchised if they're not willing to hand over their resources to people, to be walked upon, to be trampled, to put down their dignity on behalf of those? Then something is wrong with them. Enough, my people. Enough. Enough. So let it be understood that we are a people with dignity. We're entitled to live with dignity. We're entitled to our resources. Our ancestors bled, died. They suffered on the slave ship to come here, to slave for others. And we have built their nations, and today they walk on us. They use us like, let me show you what. You know what this is? Yes, they use us like tissue. And today, where's your dignity, my people? Are you going right back into that? Now, I speak today knowing fully well the potential consequences in their minds. But though they call us minorities, and that is derogatory, so we know minorities, no visible minorities. We know wherever we are across the globe, we know who we are as a people. United, they can't trample us. A chain, a powerful chain with its links scattered all over the place is useless. It cannot pull a truck. But put them together, what do you get? And people were scattered all over the place. So, for so long, we've been removed from our living room, from our house, and placed, chained to a doghouse, and told that that is where we belong. And they take a few from out of the doghouse and say, keep the gate, and we'll pay you. And those willing to keep the gate on their behalf have flogged us mercilessly, not thinking that their generation might not be gatekeepers. Their children in future will not be gatekeepers. Now they have robots capable of fighting karate. They have robots capable of doing just about anything. You cannot fight a robot. People, you've got to unite. You've got to. Mental laxative for national healing. The purging of the minds for the healing of the nation. I call upon every one of you, every member of this nation. Remember, there are those prepared to sell you for the 30 pieces of silver. Bear that in mind. So once you see those around you willing to betray the nation, shun them, stay away from them. The individuals, all individuals who understand what it takes to keep a sinking ship afloat and to take it to safety, you need to combine your energies and get the nation on the path it belongs. My people have suffered long. Our ancestors bore the pain, the torture, the torment with hope that we would have awakened. They never imagined that we could go back to sleep and allow the shackles to be placed on our hands once more. But here we are today. So bear in mind, they will listen, they will look, and they will plan their strategies. How will it impact you? It depends on what you do. Pack your bags and leave captivity. The question in the book, Mental Laxative. What will you do when the ships refuse to sail? Tell me, my friend, how will you prevail? The final call is nearing. We're on the verge of war, and still we're divided and scattered in lands afar. What will you do when the rations have run low? Will you be served, or will you be the first to know? A mom first serves her children before she feeds the rest. And only in your homeland will you receive the best. What are you going to do? Pack your bags and leave captivity. Heed the story of Lot, my friend. Pack your bags and leave immorality, or you're going to face a dreadful end. I'm not here to scare you. By now, you're awake. You've seen all the people whose necks have been knelt upon, those who've been beaten, treated with total contempt, killed. That's the kind of training they receive. You are not regarded. In their eyes, you are less than mortal. My people awaken. Do not grovel. Do not stay among them and live with indignity and be treated as second tier, third tier, treated as non-entities. It's time you awaken from the slumber. You have been sleeping for far too long. You've been disillusioned. Call yourself a free man. See, you do not know what freedom is. Day by day, you're struggling to make ends meet because you do not know your past. You've been bound, you're still shackled, disenfranchised, stripped of your dignity. Someone tries from your labor. That's why you're living in misery. Captive. Think you're in paradise. Captive. You're disillusioned. Master's cause that bind you are those fleeting things. Those snares that trap humanity. The prison walls surround you, and day by day they leave you with insanity. If you pause and consider, you'll unravel the threads of this mystery. And in time, you'll discover it's some chevy done way back in history. Captive, you think you're in paradise, but captive, you're disillusioned. You're disillusioned. song of Africa. Does my blood still flow through your veins, or did you get a transfusion? Am I there someplace in your heart? Am I still in motherland? Your forefathers have been torn away and I still feel the pain. Will you, my people, all unite and make me smile again? Does my name leave your lips with pride, or is there some delusion? Come my way, my arms are open wide. Come, my hurting children. Though you wander far away, I'm waiting here for you to show to you a brighter day and this broken bond renew. Come on home. Come to me, reach out to me, I'm waiting for you. Reach out to me and you'll see beauty like you never knew. Does my blood still flow through your veins, or did you get a transfusion? Am I there someplace in your heart? Am I still in motherland? Your forefathers have been torn away and I still feel the pain. Will you, my people, all unite and make me smile again? Make me smile again. That's the song of Africa, and the soul of Africa, from the book Mental Laxative for National Healing by Franklin J. Wallace, aka Emperor Elijah Abeid Kazembe Moata. There are agreements where your very vessel can be boarded. And you have no say in the matter. Can you board anybody else's ship? Anybody else's vessel? Who are they that dictates and you have to submit? Lions, you've been shaven, you're kneeling, you're crawling, you're behaving like feeble sheep. The lions that you are, you're looking very weak, and the hyenas are laughing at you. You're the laughing stock, my lions. The ships sailed in from distant country for cargo that could speak. The dreadful evils that were committed surely makes you weak. The pains inflicted on ancient fathers still leave us hurting, the scars we see today. Africa, oh Africa, it's been a long time since I've been stolen from your shores. Africa, oh Africa, it's been a long time, oh Mamaraka. Across the oceans and raging waters, ancestors bore the pain. No room to turn, in waste they're covered. I still can feel the chains. How some ignore this remains a mystery. I guess the silence then was as it is today. Africa, oh Africa, it's been a long time since I've been stolen from your shores. Africa, oh Africa, it's been a long time, oh Mamaraka. My people labor, they serve the masters. The nation bears the pain. Don't know their past, don't know their future, don't know they serve in vain. They think the shackles have all been broken. They are ignoring the ones that they should see. Africa, oh Africa, it's been a long time since I've been stolen from your shores. Africa, oh Africa, it's been a long time, oh Mamaraka. Let that sink in. I speak to the consciences. I speak to your heart. I speak to your soul. Speaking to every member of our glorious nation. Every single member, none excluded. To think that when we need medical facilities, we're told to close them down, but we need to build more prisons. How do you justify that? How do you here sit and listen to those words and not understand what's being done? That's the plan for you. That's where you belong in their eyes. They say you're not human. They say they have it in their books. And they've put your people in cages and have them on display. You don't know your history. You need to understand all the devices that they used back in time. That if you spoke your very name, they cut your tongue out, chop your feet off. If you spoke in a language, yes, you were tortured. They had devices. You need to go to the archives and see those shackles that they put It's like a spoon that goes into the person's mouth and the locks it around the back of the head. And they cannot talk and they cannot eat or drink. So they are allowed to starve to death. That's the kind of torture that our ancestors have been through. And you're telling me you're aware of that in high places, those we chose to lead. You know that. And you see that it's exactly where our people are being brought back. They're seeking to, it not going to happen, that's for sure. But they have brought us close. But we are awake, we are watching. There are those that are awake, and there are many. Don't think they will seek to eliminate. We're not afraid of that. They will seek to eliminate. They can only if they have traitors among us. Because back in time, we could see the enemy visibly. Royally toned people could see the enemy. But what has happened? They realized that we were united. And they said the only way they could overcome us was to break the very backbone of our civilization, our educational system, our spirituality. And once they could get us to think that theirs is far better than ours, then they would have us a truly dominated nation. Isn't that what we are today? Great lions being herded by a few sheepdogs. Who are you? Said the creature to the spider, open your web and set me free. Take 2 turns and you'll be loose, said the spider craftily. It didn't work, the creature said. What else am I supposed to do? Another 2 turns and a spin and all the words will be through. I'm further tangled, can't you see I'm suffocating? Help me, please. Wrap 2 strands around your wrists and wrap 2 strands below your knees. How can you turn to those who chain you, hoping that they'll set you free, when in your plight you serve them better? They'll worsen your calamity. The answer lies in our commitment to make our people worldwide one. Some are better served when we're divided. Unite and build our noble land. From mental laxative for national healing. Yes, the book, Mental Laxative for National Healing. Long suppressed. Have you been listening? Have you been sleeping? At all levels, those assigned responsibility to govern, did you turn a blind eye to truth and allow the elements to shackle our people? A bird in a cage can never be happy, although he learns to accept his dismal condition and his sorry state. In a state of squalor he's kept. That bird's generation can know no better if that's all he grew up to see. That single perspective, that one field of view, and not from the branch of a tree. A people now shackled who simply don't know it, still fail to understand. Wherein lies the solution to his peace of mind, being blocked by the taskmaster's hand. Break free from his shackle, and then you'll realize all the things that for you are in store. The joys that you now face are all but a farce. Heed my words, you great race. There's far more. I think by now you understand. This is no joke. This is no joke. And understand one thing, that you have some ancestors you're all going to have to answer to. That is the judgment. Those who were flogged, dismembered, all of that, you're going to answer to them. So all of you lined up at by the lotto and the gambling stuff, all of you squandering your resources, all of you taking all the substances, ruining your bodies, ruining your temple, bear in mind, there's a consequence. So they have deceived you and had you heading in a certain direction, you better wake up because you're sleeping. I think you're waking up by now. Yes, you must be figuring out that there's more. Huh? There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Fear not man who can destroy your body. You know who to fear. He said to you, know that the body is the temple of the Most High. Temple of the living God. God does not dwell in temples made by hands of men. The body is a temple of the living God. What are you doing with the body? And I don't sit here trying to say to you that there's any perfection in me. If at all you think so, sorry, you're barking up the wrong tree, you're looking at the wrong person. But we all need to atone. I've said it before, we need a national day of atonement. Because we have to get back on track. You see, you have a faulty map. You have a faulty map. And you're going with that blueprint, and it is only going to lead you in circles because it's faulty. You've been screaming loud for answers, and we answer loud and clear. You simply do not listen, and the things you choose to hear are not uplifting. You got promises of progress, you fed immorality, and the very blind can see this, but it's very clear to me you're not looking, not paying attention. I don't want to see you dancing now. The time has come to listen. Don't want to see you dancing now, though there's music in the ear. Don't want to see you dancing now, the masters are all smiling. I want to see you rising now. Heed my words. Don't close your ear. The ones who wrote the books you read, oh yes, they wrote them well. And though they educated you, the truth they did tell. Pay attention. The ones who wish to rule the world have left you in a spell. And though they promised heaven, may have damned your souls to hell. Pay attention. Don't want to see you dancing now. The time has come to listen. Don't want to see you dancing now, though there's music in the ear. Don't want to see you dancing now. The masters are all smiling, they're grinning. I want to see you rising now. Heed my words. Don't close your ear. From mental laxative for national healing. My people are suffering from the evil deeds done in the past. Their brothers are dying and forever those memories last. No one will believe you when those graphic scenes rest on their minds of brothers rotting in the streets while leaders were both dumb and blind. I say, hey, guilty leaders, lend me your shoes for a day. I bring to your office some integrity. I comfort my people. I spread unity. I lead by example so brothers would see a fine example to follow. The taxes are rising. More burdens being placed on the poor. Was that what you discussed with the Pope when you both closed the door? They won't like my story, but those suffering know that it's true. Outsiders abused us, but it hurts far more coming from you. I say, hey, guilty leaders, lend me your shoes for a day. I bring to your office some integrity. I comfort my people. I spread unity. I lead by example so brothers would see a fine example to follow. The violence is rising. Brothers continue to die. Babies. Yet no one is listening to the poor aching souls as they cry. While few are still suffering, the masses are feeling the pain. The trends are disgusting. We're sick. Immorality reigns. I say, hey, guilty leaders, lend me your shoes for a day. The promises are empty. More burdens being placed on the poor. Tell us what you discussed with the Pope when you both closed the door. We're searching for answers. There's something we can't understand. My people are shackled while you're holding the keys in your hands. I say, hey, guilty leaders, lend me your shoes for a day and bring to your office some integrity. I comfort my people. I spread unity. I lead by example so brothers, sisters would see a fine example to follow. I'm not a perfect man. Many look at the package and ignore the content. Did you ever go into the banks and see at Christmas time the most beautifully gift wrapped packages at the foot of a tree, the tree beside there? Did you ever notice how beautiful those packages are? But when you open them, what you have inside is stone or some paper, or they're empty. Yet, some of the most precious gifts don't come gift wrapped. Let that sink in. You're focusing on the package, ignoring the content. Stories told of find where gold was being found in some eastern parish. There was some building going on, construction, demolition first. And people flocked to the area and were finding gold. The story was told that after a while there was no more find. People were still searching. And at some point one person picked up an object which was an old doorknob. A big doorknob, but it was muddy. And when he cleaned it off, it was solid gold. And everybody was lamenting, oh geez, you know, I saw it. Exactly. Fooled by the package. We get the message. There are many who judge by the package. This is time for an awakening. This is a moment of awakening, mental laxative for national healing. You see, with mental constipation, the trend cannot be broken. You cannot hear the words of the prophets when they're spoken. You'll wallow in the lies of the evil ones around you and validate their lies, preaching rubbish that they tell you. You're like walking dead. Keep the vision of the dry bone. The matter in your head is as dead as river stones. Your minds are on a treacherous path which will never be averted until of this impending danger you are all alerted. The system filled with poison, yes, you are intoxicated with myths and fables, very carefully calculated, aimed to keep your eyes so blinded, sit in your captivity, and never realize the truth, the very great reality. You are a noble people who from this must be delivered. Return to your noble land from which you have been severed, to sing the great song of the Most High in the hills of Zion, to see the beauty of the land and hear the roaring lion. Take heed, my people, turn around, receive your salvation. Discard unhealthy practices which doom you to destruction. Cleanse your minds of all the toxins to which it has been fed, and see if to your noble land you all won't be led. They paint the ugliest picture of homeland Africa, Alkebuland, or motherland, that great noble land, the cradle of civilization. They paint it in the ugliest way. And it's a powerful psychological tool against APOD, African people of the diaspora. Wherever you are, they paint the ugliest picture and you're falling for it. It's by design, it's powerful psychology. And you had bars of gold blocking your doors. You had diamonds. You could just go to the river and get diamonds and all this. They came to our shores with no good intention. They came as friends. We welcomed them. That was our nature. That is our nature. That's been used against us. So they came to our shores and they saw our wealth and they went back and plotted a scheme. Very crafty scheme. They came and they learned a lot from us and used that knowledge to come back. Used our kindness to revisit. And we were warned, the day you allow these people on your shores, that's a destruction of our homeland. We never heeded the warning. Can't you see today? They come and they take the best And they relegate you to what? What state? Are you contented with that, my people? You're not permitted to mine your own resources. They come and they give you pretty paper. Have you valuing paper and you're so lost in this thing that you're striving every day for paper, and there's diamonds and gold which is yours and you have to buy it back. You want a gold ring? You want a little diamond in your ring? How much do you have to pay for it? What happened to you? You still sleeping? Who's sleeping at this point? Because seriously, there needs a purge. Anybody asleep at this point, you really need a serious purge. And remember, any colonist who is on watching this, you are warned, you are advised, don't. So if you're here paying attention, too bad for you. The people have awakened. Paper, useless paper, you scramble for that. And your paper, they say yours don't value as much as theirs. You have the diamonds, the gold, all the cobalt, every single thing you have. And they tell you, you're not entitled to mine it. It's not yours. And they establish businesses, corporations, and they're trillions of dollars richer. And at the end of your work, your lifetime working, what are you entitled to? I witnessed it on the north coast of Jamaica. We witnessed it. And our people saved, enriched others. And today, at the end of it, they're entitled to absolutely nothing, just a little nice benefit, a pittance, and they're wondering what to do. Make up a little fowl cub and raise 2 chicken. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with farming, agriculture, no. I'm saying to you, the standard, quality of life that you're deserving of, you're a far cry from it. Kings and princes, queens, princesses, emperors, empresses, my people, like feeble sheep today. Hey, black man, my brother, at home and afar, stop for a minute wherever you are. If I were your king, would you protect me? Tell me, my friend, would you respect me? Would you pledge allegiance to your nation? Tell me, friend, would you serve amidst all situations? Would you turn a blind eye as others oppress us? If you were our king, would you protect us, or would you turn a blind eye as others oppress us? You see, my dear friend, what you not for your brother is granted with no ill somehow towards another, whose ancestors enslaved us with shackles of bondage. Now you're mentally shackled, and so you pay homage. So tell me, my friend, if you were my king, would you deliver us from the shackles? Or would you enjoy the best of everything on behalf of your masters? Would you retain their constitution? Some modify the constitution today to suit colonial elements, but it's not being modified to break the shackles from us. So, if you were my king, would you oppress us? Would you turn a blind eye while others oppress us? Or would you restore our pride and our glory? Stop and think for a while and then tell me your story. There is a poem, Hey Black Man, My Brother, in Mental Laxative for National Healing. The full poem is there. This is the voice of reason. Let this be a lesson to every generation. We've turned a blinded eye, now we reap the pain. Let this be a lesson to every single nation. We all made mistakes. Can't repeat again. You sure got the love to bring this world together. It's senseless hate that rips us all apart. Sure got the love. Gotta respect each other. You got to find the love within your heart. This is the voice of reason. You've got to pay attention. This is a voice of change, a voice you can't ignore. The universe is screaming, the hateful winds are raging. Everyone's affected. Yeah, it threatens every shore. You sure got to love to bring this world together. It's senseless hate that rips us all apart. You sure got to love, got to respect each other. You've got to find the love within your heart. The healing of the nation begins with the man in the mirror. That person in the mirror is the solution. Take a good look in the mirror, everyone. The solution rests in the hands of the person in the mirror. The final grain. A certain man had nothing left but a single grain of corn, and surely would have starved to death, for empty was his barn. He had just found the corn he saved from his last season's crop was all devoured, all consumed except that single drop. And if he did consume that grain, it would surely be his end, for it was his crop of corn on which he did depend. This farmer chose a fertile spot to tend it carefully, so he could then produce a crop to feed his family. And so on herbs at all its crowned as painful days went by. The sun shone down in brilliance, and rains fell from the sky. Wisdom, patience did pay off. Soon 5 years did he reap. He gave 3 to his family, and he the rest did keep. And very soon this farmer's field extended far and wide, because of that one grain of corn which he had put aside. Our world is filled with so much hurt. The lives now filled with pain can only heal from seeds of love. Have you that final grain? I speak today knowing fully well the nerve that my words will touch. Very aware of the nerve that will be touched. To all under the sound of my voice, you can either take a look in the mirror, you can either awaken your consciences, or you can go back to sleep like Jonah. you can either be a strong link in the nation's chain or be the weak link that causes the chain to break and allow the vessel being pulled up the hill, the very valuable vessel being pulled up the hill, to topple and head over the precipice because you were the weakest link that didn't hold the chain together. What will you be? What link are you in the nation's chain? You can't pull in different directions. Somewhere around 1971, 72, there's a river called the Ocean River in Port Morrison area. And the whole town was subject to flooding through the years, and something had to be done. The river meandered. But then came the activities with all the cranes and the bulldozers and the trucks, and it was quite a spectacle. People united to address the threat to their safety, flooding. And so everybody was involved in the process of that river rechanneling. It turned out that the rains came just before completion of the work, and the crane started sinking. Bulldozers were connected to it, 3 massive units, and they were pulling 2 in that direction and 1 straight ahead. So it's like a V, 1 going northwest, 1 going northeast, and 1 going north. Someone said to them, once they connected like that, he said, no, that won't work like that. They said, man, who are you? These were the engineers. How could this local man come tell them anything? Well, they wasted energy for days until they brought in 3 more bulldozers. 6, 2 heading northeast, 2 heading northwest, 2 heading north. It turned out, he said to them, it's not going to work, and they wasted gas, fuel, time, resources for weeks. He said, are you going to listen to me? No, okay, what do you say? He said, okay, those headed northwest and northeast, those 4, line them up with those going north. Put 1 behind the other. All 6 lined up and pull in 1 direction. And as a boy, it was the most memorable thing to witness that crane slide out on the very first attempt. It just came out like hot knife and butter. I learned a lesson that day which I want the nation to understand, that we have to move in 1 direction together. Splintered, we're making a lot of movement, but it doesn't result in progress. So the energies are centered in the wrong place. Energy is being squandered. When we pull together as a nation, then we'll accomplish success. The engineers looked at the man in disbelief because they had just learned a powerful lesson. He just took my hand and walked over to our home, which was very close, without a word. I learned a lesson that day And that's what I want to bring to this nation. Wherever you are on the sound of my voice, that man was my father, Ernest Lambert Wallace. God bless his soul. That's the lesson I have for you, my people. Let's walk together in one direction. Let's walk together. We have to preserve the environment. Those who have visited our shores have no regard for our environment. They come and they squander the resources. They dig out our resources. What do they do with it? Make ordinances that come back to threaten us. We're being threatened. Back in time, we united and fought with bow and arrow and cutlass. Don't work this time. Do we need weapons? No, we don't. We need unity. We don't want to hurt any nation. We have shared our resources for centuries. We don't need to hurt others. We were the cradle of civilization. We need to restore our farming communities. We need to train every single individual in self-preservation. First law of nature, self-preservation. TRFA, true respect for all, can only be accomplished with true respect for self-respect. We've got to teach our people that. Our daughters, we have to teach them self-esteem, self-respect. They've been deceived. Many don't understand what's happening, but it's a powerful psychology against our daughters. Because if you destroy the vessel that's supposed to produce that beautiful mold, destroy the mold that's supposed to produce that beautiful vessel, then you'd have destroyed. You would have destroyed a generation by destroying our women, our girls, our boys. They need to be healthy to reproduce a healthy generation. It's saddening, the state of affairs today. Very sad. It requires an awakening. You probably heard the beep. It's being recorded on several devices. So you may have to go to another site, another video clip on one of the devices that have lasted longer. So I will seek to wrap up because I wanted to get the full essence of this. United we stand. I won't even mention the other one. I'm going to stay positive sound expressions. United we stand. This is the voice of reason. They call me Emperor Elijah Abed Azembemwata. They named me Franklin J. Wallace at birth. My only desire is for your ascension, my people, wherever you are. The reharmonization of our people. The awakening for a healthier nation. Across the diaspora, on the continent, wherever you are. Let's reconnect. Haba na haba hujaza kibaba. It says, little by little fills the measure. Step by step we make progress. Umoja tunasimama, simunye simile, jikoro ane uno, Jikale Ani Uno. All this say the same thing in different languages. United, we stand. Harmonize, my people. Unify. Live with dignity and integrity. Restore the dignity of our homeland, Alkebulan, Africa. Restore her dignity through reunification. And anyone who seeks to divide us, shun them. Anyone who tells us that dividing us is better for us, it's not true, it's better for them. They get a loophole, they get an opportunity to infiltrate together. Lock them out. Keep them out of our affairs. We can take care of our own affairs. We can govern. We have governed. They learned from us. But they use what they learned from us against us. They understood how healthy our societies were. They understood that they had to break that. That was an embarrassment to them. They learned from us. Understand this, my people. The time is upon us, so we've got to do it fast. You ought to be able to travel without anyone outside there dictating. They ask you if you're going to Africa, wherever. Where are you going? How long are you staying? All kinds of questions. Birds, you don't ask birds those questions. They don't ask the fish in the sea those questions. That's freedom. Understand that. So, you ought to know what freedom is. You need to know what freedom is. Justice. And you need to live with dignity. You're more than this. You're far more than this, my people. So I speak to the elders. Many of you have lost your way. I speak to the next generation. Many of you have gone astray. I speak to the youth. Many of you are being misled, misinformed. We require a nation united. I speak to the future generations. Something terrible happened to our people. Or friendly, warm, welcoming ways were used against us. We're not saying to you don't be friendly or warm, but be very careful in future. Just who you invite in your home, because they don't necessarily come with good intentions. Nor will the ones who sought to listen through understand. By listening, those who listened who were warned not to, or advised not to. Now you understand where we're at. What do we need to do? But this is an awakened nation, a nation that can sleep no longer. So we're not perturbed. You can't eliminate all of us. You know our value. You cannot eliminate all of us. And we will be your mats no longer, your footstool no longer. We'll no longer be the ladder on which you climb. And be mindful of the traps, the snares that you're laying. Could be your self-inflicted injury. It will be. So you better pause and think about the snares and the traps that you've been laying. All the strategies and all your intent. They have backfired, and you've seen it, and they will backfire. strong winds rage towards our shores. The ancient mountains quake. Earth says she can bear no more, she's full for goodness sake. As we annihilate the trees, the hills stretch long and bare. As we destroy the world around, the dark clouds shed a tear on humanity. Can you feel her pain? Oh, humanity, will she weep in vain? Humanity, can you hear her cry? Oh, humanity, countless souls may die. Miles and miles across the globe, brothers, sisters waste away. Frightened victims got no hope, hurting night and day. Doctors say they've got no cure, brothers, sisters take no heed. Reckless, crazy games they play, Mother Earth now bleeds for humanity. The plates now shift, the polar melts from deeds that we have done. The ozone's gone, the temps betray the fury of the sun. The bombs test beneath the earth and seas in sonic boom, bring dreadful waves upon the land and wreak horrendous doom on humanity. Soon you'll be baking, soon you'll be quaking. Ignore the play and you'll be mistaken. Heed the warning, you're on the wrong track. It's head-on collision, you've got to turn back, humanity. Can you hear her plea? Oh, humanity, look while you can see. Humanity, danger lies in store. Oh, humanity, Earth can take no more. Can I say it any better? It's time for atonement, my people. The moment is here.